Nothing just announced the design for the Nothing Phone 3a, and it looks very interesting. And I personally really like it. And we've got a lot of details about the Nothing Phone 3a, so let me tell you about it. The first thing you notice when you look at this phone is the design. So, if you haven't already seen my last video, this is what the design got leaked to look like. And then a couple of days ago, this design leaked, which says that the Nothing Phone 3a Pro will look different than the Nothing Phone 3a, but the previously leaked design would be true. And now Nothing just announced that the Nothing Phone 3a series will look like this, which is the newer leak. I actually think the Nothing Phone 3a will look different from the 3a Pro, because in Nothing's Phone 3a camera test video, they showed a white phone and Nothing only showed a black and silver phone in the recent announcement for the Nothing Phone 3a. Let's start off with the elephant in the room, the camera layout. So this definitely looks very unique. On this camera layout, we've in the center, actually not in the center, it's almost in the center, we've got a telephoto camera, the new 50 megapixel telephoto camera, which is really exciting. I'll get to that later. And then next to that is the 50 megapixel main camera, and on top of that, over that is the 8 megapixel ultra-wide camera, and next to that is the flash. It's definitely a quite unique design. It's definitely a love it or hate it design, but it's definitely not symmetric by any stretch of the imagination. Personally, I really like it, but as I said, it's very much a love it or hate it design. But this camera bump is huge. Like, what are they doing? Like, I saw the video where they talked about why the camera bump needs to be so big because of the telephoto camera, but I still think it's quite crazy, because the camera bumps on Nothing phones have been quite modest in all of the Nothing phones so far, but this is just really big. But I'm sure if you put a case on it, you won't really notice. But I really want to see this in real life and see how big the camera bump actually is. For the glyphs, Nothing is making all of the glyphs round, as in the leak for the Nothing Phone 3a, which is really nice to see. I don't know why they made one glyph straight on the 2a. I thought that was a little weird. But Nothing is definitely heading toward having less glyphs on the phone. Personally, I have the Nothing Phone 1 and I don't really use the glyphs. I hate to say this, but I find it's kind of a gimmick. I almost never use it. So I think it's the right call to put less glyphs on the Nothing phones. They've also changed the rest of the design on the back with a different pattern on the back, just like with the Nothing Phone 2a Plus. And they've also made a new texture for the buttons, which is nice to see, and it looks very, very good. Speaking of the buttons, they're also introducing a programmable button, kind of like the action button on the iPhone 16 Pro, which looks really cool, and it can like open the camera or turn on the flashlight or open a specific app that you choose, which is a really nice feature. More phones are beginning to implement this, and I think it was a very clever feature made by Apple. They also showed the cameras for this phone in a recent camera test video of the Phone 3a, which I talked a little bit about earlier. So this phone is going to have a 50 megapixel periscope camera, which is the new camera that allows for very good zoom, which has 3 times optical zoom and then 60 times digital zoom with some image processing. And in the camera video, it actually looked really, really good. And then it's also going to have a 50 megapixel main camera and an 8 megapixel ultra-wide camera. And the cameras are optical image stabilization, so you'll get smooth shots. And they claim that the main camera is, quote, shake-free, which it's not like true, it's just marketing, but I hope it's actually gonna be that good. And the sensors are also from Sony. And then they'll also have a 50 megapixel front camera, which is an upgrade from the 32 megapixel front camera on the Nothing Phone 2a. And I think it's actually crazy that they're putting 50 megapixel front cameras on phones. We also got to look at this display, but not the specs. We just got an image of the display in this thumbnail by Nothing for the camera test that I just showed you. And here we can see that it basically looks the same as the Nothing Phone 2a. No change here, but that's fine. So overall, this phone looks really exciting and definitely very unique. And I personally really like it, but I also have heard that a lot of people hate it. Anyways, they also talked about that there's going to be more Nothing announcements in following months. And if you didn't watch the last video, Nothing confirmed that the Nothing Phone 3 is coming this year. So I hope the Nothing Phone 3 is coming this summer, because we've been waiting for this for a long time because they skipped it last year. So if you enjoyed this video, make sure to give it a like, and if you want to see a video about this phone when it comes out, make sure to subscribe. Thanks for watching.